Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to our Monday night OpenTTD Let's Play. It's been a couple of weeks. Last week I wasn't feeling too well, so I took the night off, but we are back. So hello to everybody who's coming along, including Brandon above the line, and everybody else who's popping up in chat. You can... Sorry if I got your name wrong. Good evening all. Yes, perfect timing can be right off to work into an OpenTTD stream. That's terrible. That's terrible timing. Above the line, so trying to increase my rating with London on the UK Quad Challenge map. Yeah, it's... I mean, increasing the rating, you can do that just by continuing to offer services. So we'll see. Brandon says he's excited at the potential of a Viewer Plus PZ server. So last week I got together with a few people. We played some games. We didn't stream it, didn't record it. We just did some Discord fun. We played some Project Zomboid. We played some Minecraft. We did some Jackbox. We did some CS:GO. We just had some gaming fun, and it was really good to do. And yeah, I'm feeling good now. I've managed to get over whatever it was. It wasn't anything major, but I just really needed to rest last Monday night, so I did. It's important to look after yourself. I've learned this over the years. It's like, as much as you want to help other people, you're useless unless you look after yourself first. And you got to keep yourself in good condition to be able to be any use to anybody else. So yeah, we might have a Project Zomboid server. We're looking into it. We're also looking into having a Factorio server. We've got so many servers at the moment, but and also the server's going to be getting an upgrade as well, where we're going to be increasing the storage capacity of our server. It's not at any sort of capacity, but it seems like a good time to do it, so we'll be doing that soon. But hello and welcome everyone. It's been a busy day. I'm going to have a little drink. Just got some water with me. There we go. That's not that fresh, that water. Might have to have a break. Yeah, I'm going to add another 6 terabyte drive to the server, Brandon, because I mean I can't remember. I'll have a look now. Where's it gone? Because I've got a link to the server on my computer. So let's have a quick look. We've got a Windows storage space on the server, and that Windows storage space amalgamates about 6 of my old drives together into one massive drive, and that drive has redundancy built into it. So our secondary drive with all of that in is about 5.3 terabytes that those 6 drives all come together. Now one of the problems with that is that like the more we play our games, the bigger the save size is, because we keep a month's worth of daily backups for our Minecraft server. So our Minecraft server takes up about 30 to 35 times that of just a server by itself. But we've got that redundancy, we've got that flexibility built in. And it's not just for the Minecraft server, we've got the same with DayZ and all that sort of stuff. So storage on the server is important. And yeah, we're going to give it a little upgrade. Don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but it will happen. And yeah, I mean, overall, RAM and CPU on that server is fantastic. It's just the drive space that's getting a bit... We've only got about 1 terabyte left. So when you have a 5 terabyte storage and you've got 1 terabyte left, that's when you start going, we need to add a new drive, don't we? But that is Viewer Plus and gaming news. I don't think there's anything else to catch people up on. Have we missed anything else recently that's happening? There's some new perks over on the Viewer Plus website. So if you go over to the website and have a look at Viewer Plus, you'll see that we now have stretch goals. So when our number of subs, which is up there in the top left hand corner, reaches beyond certain thresholds, we get extra bonuses for our Viewer Plus subscribers. And one of the ones I've been able to arrange recently, more information will be coming out in Hellish News when Hellish News comes out, is that I've been able to arrange, I think it's $5 off every item in the Hellish store for Viewer Plus subscribers, which essentially just gets rid of my profit. So essentially Viewer Plus subscribers get it at cost price. But if there's enough viewer plus subscribers, that's cool. That works. So there we go. I think we've brought you all up to speed on everything that's going on in the Hellish world. Of course, I'll try and bundle it all into Hellish news. But here we are now in our OpenTTD world. And as you can see, we have our assembly plant. Now, pretty much everything in our game is focused around this assembly plant. This is the 12th live stream we've done for this this game. And you can see that in this game we've got the Furs Industry Replacement set, and we've got that set to Steel Town. And I'm sure Brandon's got the link somewhere, and we'll post it in the chat. But there is a nice diagram on the website that shows you exactly how all the industries link in Steel Town. And then we've got the Industrial Stations Renewal. It's probably one of my favorite new mods I've been playing with. And there we go, Brandon's posted the link. So if you want to see the economy that we're playing with in Steel Town here, then that's what we're going with. So Steel Town, pretty much like the golden, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of the holy grail of Steel Town, in my opinion, is to just absolutely cane the assembly plant. Like, just transport so many vehicles you would not believe it. And that's what we're trying to do. So far at the minute, we're supplying 2 different requirements and shipping the vehicles out. It took us a while to get the first requirement to come in. But then when we did the second requirement, we'd already done half the work in our network. So we already had half of this built in and all of that and half of this. And we got tyre stuff around here, Jimster's tyres and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's all good, and we bring it. What's this? Oh, I completely forgot about that. So this is our passenger network that we were working on last time, and we're going to finish it this time. But yeah, we'll have a look at that in a second. So we do actually already have a passenger network. It's over here, and it's just for fun, really. I just felt like, can we really do a game of OpenTTD without doing any passengers at all? And I thought not. So this is actually where we bring the vehicles in. So this is the drop-off station for the vehicles at Fingway South here. And we've got these this massive station, or relatively large station, between these 2 towns, which seem to be growing quite nicely. We've got 32 million in the bank account, so I'd be quite happy to just fund new buildings in these 2 towns here, just to help them grow. Fund new buildings. There we go. It only costs us about 1/3 of a million, which is brilliant. There we go. Of course, if you are not up to speed with the series, you can get up to speed with the series very easily on my website. And on my YouTube channel, there are playlists for this series and all the other series I'm doing, including my Skyrim Let's Play and my Transport Fever 2. So if you like OpenTTD, I think you'd like Transport Fever 2. So do tune in tomorrow night, where we'll be doing Transport Fever 2. Right, okay, so like I said, last time we managed to get some vehicles being taken out of there, and we started work on this other transport network. We will finish this little passenger transport network, and when we do, we then need to turn our attention back over here, because we need to supply all of these requirements, the vehicle parts and bodies. But I think what we'll do is we'll start taking out the engineering and farm supplies, because we might be able to do something with that that's useful to kind of help boost this loop of production. And then maybe next time we'll look at either vehicle parts or we'll look at vehicle bodies. Depends what chat thinks. You'll have to let me know in chat what you think about that. Also, chat, right, if you remember correctly, I had a bag of chocolate. If anybody remembers that from a previous stream, more than half of it's gone. And tonight I am banned from having any more. Do not let me eat any of that chocolate tonight. Not allowed anymore. I've already had probably about 6 from that today while I was working. So yeah, we're not having any of that. I just noticed that says Bali plant because of the way that the labels are when you zoom out. I mean, you zoom in, it says assembly plant. It says Bali plant. I like that. Right, okay, so let's remind ourselves exactly what we've got. We've got a bit of a weird thing going on here. So we've got Bunpool docks and March Bridge docks. And these are actually 2 separate stations. So that we can pick up and drop off passengers in just the right way. Now, if you want to look at how we work that out, check out the last live stream. But today what we're going to do is we finished the east side of the loop. We're going to finish the west side of the loop now and get all the train vehicles going. And I think the thing that I was a little bit confused at before, I mean last time, was whether we're going to bother to integrate Maddingstone Bay. It's a big town, but it's a little bit out there. So let me know in the chat what you think. We're going to be coming out of New Slanley and almost certainly going to have a station at Waffingway and probably one at Mendstone before it comes down. Maybe even one at Gindinghall. But do you think I should just visit Waffingway and Mendstone, or do you think I should do Mandingstone and Gindinghall as well? Yeah, I think they might be quite good to do. So give me a shout out in chat what you think about that, and I'm just going to check some of these signals and bits on here, because if I remember correctly, I was quite tired when I built this part of the network. But it looks like... Yeah, it looks like it's mostly good. So that's okay. Let's just have a look here. Again, these 2 platforms are 2 different sets of stations. So we've got 2 platforms for one station here and 2 platforms for the other station there. And I don't know exactly how it's going to work because I can't remember. Brandon says that the Maddingstone Bay might look good. I think it might be a good one. And it'd be difficult to... It's going to be difficult to work in, but I like the idea of the challenge of that. So we'll go into my building mode. And I'm just thinking here, if we remove this piece of road here, am I then going to have enough room? Let's see. See, the coverage doesn't get the center of town. Whereas if you put something in like over here, we get a lot more coverage in town. But then it's going to be difficult to put the stations in. Let's have a look at the way that works. Yeah, we're going to have... The closest we could probably do is there. Spread station cheese. I'd rather not spread station cheese this one. I don't know if what anybody else thinks about whether I should use spread station. I feel like we should have some sort of massive vote on it at some point, and we should like enable or disable the use of connected stations like that. I don't actually know what it's called. The other option is we put a station between the 2 towns and we grow the 2 rather than having a separate station at each town. I kind of like that idea. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think having just one station between those 2 towns is really good? I think it would be. Obviously the coverage isn't great to begin with, but as long as we can grow the towns a little, I think that would be alright. I think it would be okay. This is why I normally have Discord set to look at the moderator chat, because I get distracted by people talking about EVE Online and Minecraft. For anybody who might be interested, we have been playing EVE Online a bit. Some of the co-op members are more active than others, but we've been doing bits and bobs here and enjoying some of the events that have been happening recently. If you want to get involved with that, there's a option in the menu on my website. Just go to my website, masterhellish.net, and then on there is an EVE Online page, and you can join in for free. You can join in and have some fun for free. Right. Brandon says, I like spread stations, even if you're not being cheesy with them. So there is genuinely some good legitimate reasons why you would want to use spread stations, and you're not being cheesy. But then there is the decoration for the industry stations renewal. I think I'm going to put it in the middle, and then what we'll do is we'll use a bit of decoration to pad the station out a little bit, and we'll be like slightly cheesy. I'm not sure the neatest way to do that. I don't like that, but no, that's okay. I'm going to do that. I'm trying to keep it as neat as possible, but there we go. Let's get some signals on the exits and a signal on the entrance. See, this is a long entrance. That's why I said I didn't like it. Don't like the long entrances there. And then we've got to hook these tracks up. So let's nip in here and just remove that. There we go. And I suppose we can just pop it right past the town there. Hopefully the town don't hate us too much for putting a railway line in just there. And then we'll put a little kink in. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with a little kink. Actually, in this scenario, there kind of is something wrong with a little kink. Because the way that the game works out distances is it works out distances between the signs here. So if you enable the cargo flow legend, which I don't think will actually turn on here because there's no cargo flowing, so we might have to come over here and have a look. There we go. Hello. Oh, do I have to do it for that as well? There we go. So you get the cargo flow legend. You can see that you got all these extra lines on the screen. This tells you like how well the cargo is flowing between those various different places. And you can see that it's not connecting up to the middle of the station or to the end of the platform or anything like that. All the lines are going to the middle of the like the station label. And that's where the game measures it from. Measures it from the station label. Signals are not facing the right way at the new station. What? I thought I was quite careful about that. Right, let's have a quick look. They're facing the right way. That's facing the right way. These ones aren't facing the right way. The exit signal's over here. There we go. Thank you very much. So yeah, so that's where the origin is, and so really and it doesn't go diagonally. The game doesn't draw those. There's a weird little red blob there. Can you guys see that? I mean, I don't know how I can zoom in to show you it. Is there a magnifying glass tool in Windows? Magnifier app. Oh my goodness, that just broke everything. No, out the app. Oh, I can't see a thing. Okay, folks, never use the magnifier app. How do I get out of it? Can't even get a Windows key. Close. Oh. Well, I don't know what you could see there, folks, but it was absolutely horrendous for me. Okay, yeah, it's a little tiny red dot. Oh, you know what it is? It's the cargo flow legend, isn't it? It's because there's no flow. So that red dot is showing you where it will flow from, and you can't. And it's just below the safe station name, I think. It's where it's going to be rendered in. Anyway, let's turn that off now because we don't need that. None. Perfect. It's disappeared now. Anyway, what I was saying is that the distance isn't calculated with diagonals. It's calculated what they call Manhattan distance, so straight lines. So you go down this way, for example, 54, and then you go across that way 13. Okay, and that's the distance that the game uses to calculate your profit. So you want to do the most direct journey you can to be the most efficient. Because if your train's going off one way for 100 meters and then turning around and coming back the other way for 100 meters, then that's just a waste of time. And here you've actually got a small waste of time. We come out this way for a few blocks, in sort of that direction, and then we come back in again. How you can't do arrows with this. In sort of that direction by like 4 squares. So that is a little bit inefficient to go out and back in again. If we was to be more efficient, we'd just come straight up and then connect in. But here's a little bit of a but. It can sometimes be less efficient because if you have a tight corner there, then that can slow your train down. And you might want to have a little bit of a kink in the line. Anyway, that is a little bit of like the considerations. We'll crack on. In my games for industry, you drop down a shipping office near the industry, and then you spread your platforms up. I mean, yeah. I mean, the industry office, that I can understand that. You could probably go in, and if we have a look in here and we go to facilities, we could probably then just like get like this building here that looks like some sort of office / yard garage thing, and we could just put that in town somewhere. I mean, like there. I mean, apparently there's a building there that I can't see. There. Where are all these built? There. I mean, it's too far away. That'd be a separate station, but you get the idea. I mean, you could put there. There you go. And like, then that's like a building that kind of blends in with the town, and it's not just a piece of station. And because it's part of that station, it does expand the coverage. So, yeah. Yeah. You think it's the chair in the station affecting it with the red roof? What? No, I'm pretty sure. No, it was part of the other things. Anyway, there's a bit of techno waffle. Do we like a bit of? Oh, I just did the signals the wrong way. It's all right. Remove. Sorted. Do we like a bit of techno waffle when we're doing this sort of thing? I personally like to look into the technical side of. I just want standard stations, actually, to be honest. Platform length was 3, I think. When working with this sort of thing. Do enjoy the technical side. Let's put one like that. There we go. See, this is one of those songs in the OpenTTD playlist, which reminds me of Theme Hospital. Fantastic game. There we go. So a signal going in, signals on the exits of the stations, one in the entrance there. So this was my other option for doing the station. Like, you just turn the corner straight away, but then you end up with your lines separated. Which is what I didn't do over here. I don't think we're ever going to see like diagonal stations and stuff in OpenTTD. Is never going to be that sort of thing. I can't imagine ever that sort of thing happening. I mean, we don't even have it in Transport Fever 2. Which, there's some people that say, oh, Hellish, would you recommend a game that's like OpenTTD? But, like, more modern. But, like, isn't too different. Like, you keep a lot of the same sort of things. And I think Transport Fever 2 is probably the one that I would recommend. We just put a little wiggle in. There's nothing wrong with a little wiggle. There we go. Brandon says, I prefer the pixel graphics. And Timmon's here. Hello, Timmon. Welcome. Welcome. And then I think we just got these. Yeah, just got these to pop together. I'm just going to... I was going to trim the edge of this hillside, but we've got to move down to this line anyway. So let's just bring that line out and then come across. Job's a good one. Job is a good one. Okay. So we've got signals all the way down there. Signals down there. I don't like this. I tried to make it normal or something along those lines. I just can't like it. There we are. We'll put a signal in there. Get rid of that abomination. There we go. Much better. Busy with the loop. Yes. I'd actually forgotten about the loop. But when I was reviewing what we've done so far recently, I then remembered about the loop. So yeah, we'll have to look at that. Oh, sorry. Just knocked the microphone. Could have used that for depots. You know what? Depots is definitely something that we've forgotten on this. I was just about to start adding trains to this loop. There's no depots. Brilliant. That's great. Right, well, I'll tell you what, folks. I'll be right back for just a minute. I'm going to get myself some fresh water. I'll leave you with a couple of clips, and when we get back, we'll sort the depots out. Ooh, there's a new ship available and a new train. Yes! What are the chances? Oh my goodness. Just as we were looking for the ship that we ultimately needed, a ship with decent power, decent speed, right there.
I said get up. What do you think you're doing? Somebody help. Come on. Someone do something.
Oh no.
There you are. Get it. Yield, and I may still show mercy. Prepare to die.
Everybody's annoyed with me.
I'll make you pay.
Oh, and the guard as well. Oh no, that was not the right thing to do. So here we go. Who is getting 50? Alright then, folks. I've got some fresh water in my drinking container and ready to roll for the next part here. You had a couple of clips there. So the first one was... what was it? I just forgotten already. I can't remember. The second one was a bit... Oh yeah, it was Transport Fever, when I needed a particular boat to carry a particular sort of cargo. And there it was. It just happened to become available right then in that moment in the game as new vehicles become available. And I was talking earlier about how Transport Fever is fantastic. And if you like OpenTTD, I think you'll like that. So hopefully you'll join me tomorrow for Transport Fever. And then I think that's going to have to be moment of the month for me in my Skyrim Let's Play, where I angered the entire town. It's the first time I've done that. And I think that was... If a moderator or somebody wants to correct me, I think that was my third death. We had a bear. We had a troll of something. Was it a troll or something? And then the whole town attacked me. I think that was my third one. But let's get these depots put in. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to come in and we're just going to throw some basic off the line depots in. Let's see what the chat say. Also, we don't have to worry too much about the size of them because we're only using length 3 trains. So that should be alright. There was a bear, 2 to the frost troll, and 1 in town. Okay. I think what we should do is make sure that we've got all of those clipped, and then maybe I can make some sort of death compilation for the series. What do we think of that? Do you think that's worth doing? I think it sounds like it's worth doing. Okay, so we've got some depots there. There's a bit of space here, so let's pop some depots in here. I'm probably going overboard with the type of depots that we've got. These sorts of depots are for, you know, when you do it like this, it's generally for high capacity or maybe medium capacity lines. I suppose if you do, you could do this for high capacity lines, but if a high capacity line would not just be 2 tracks. You would have 2 in each direction. Brandon says yes, that would be fun. I think, I'm not sure, but I think I can download them if you clip them. So if you clip the stuff, then I think I can download them, but I'm not sure how that works. I'll have to have a look. How did your track remove a signal? This is something that I've learned this series. Yeah, there is an option in the settings where it will just remove a signal if it's in the way. Like, you just go plop and the signal will just disappear if it's in the way. Now, it didn't happen on that occasion. And it didn't happen on that occasion. But it's in there. And it's a useful thing to have. I think maybe we should we do like a hellish signal recommended settings? Like for people, like when they're starting out in OpenTTD, go through which settings I recommend to be different from default and why. I think that would be a good video to put in the tutorial series. They're on your clips page forever. Yeah, I know, but if we want to make a compilation of them, Brandon, then it'd be nice to download them and then make that compilation. So we've got 3 in so far. I think if we put 3 on the other side, we'd be looking pretty good. So let's do that now. Let's go over here. See, look, there goes one of the signals. Just measuring this out. Making sure we've got room for a train before and after the depots. And when we put the depots in, we're taking out the forbidden piece of track. And we're taking out the piece of track which allows trains to go through. So that one's the forbidden. And then we take out the through piece. And if you take out the through piece, it makes it a forced depot. And trains will only path down there if they want to go to the depot. I think. Pretty sure. That would be a perfect tutorial to what settings to use for specific type of playstyle. I mean, it'd be difficult to go through and just like cover all of the settings. But I think it would be useful to go through and just highlight the ones that at least I feel are worth considering changing from the default. And why? Because it might be that somebody wouldn't want to do it. It's too bad you can't do like bundle of settings. Maybe can mods change settings? I don't think they can. Maybe they could override settings. I'm not sure. Not all, just the useful. Yeah, it would be very curated though. I'm looking at the spacing of these depots and I'm feeling like it would be nice to have one around here. But I feel like the stations are well too packed close together to be able to accommodate that. And then I'm thinking like it'd be good to have one over here. But I hate diagonal depots. I mean, we could push this line out a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we'll move that signal there and we'll put the depot straight after. And then we'll... I don't know why. It's a personal preference. I don't like diagonal depots. I'm sorry. I feel like I have to apologise for that. There's already too much hate in the world, but I'm just gonna add to the pile slightly by saying I hate diagonal depots. I think they just look terrible. It's like I haven't seen a good design for good depots on a diagonal yet. I mean, if you were doing one depot, like, I think the best thing you can do is that. And then if you want double depots, I think the best thing you can do is that. Oh, obviously not that. That was horrendous. Is that. And whilst this does work as a double depot, because if you've got a train coming down the track and comes in this way, there's still a train that can come out that way. It does work. You just need to make sure you put your signal beforehand so your train can make the decision. Just look at that. I mean, what would you rather have, right? Would you rather have something that looks like this or like that? Because they're essentially the same thing. I mean, the equivalent of that one is just that. To me, that's just so much neater and nicer than this. Plus, it takes longer for the train to get into the depot. Hey, Egg, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. We're just talking about clips. If you've missed it, we were saying that we should clip every death in my Skyrim Let's Play and make a montage of them. Do you know if we can download clips? I might have a look at that in a minute. A kink would work better. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so there is another option. So if you're coming down, then you could kink and then carry on coming down. And on that kink, you then go like this. This is something I've done before as well. So you like on the kink, you then put your double depots in. Or something like that. That's a small version, something like that. But then again, like, you're not coming on a straight diagonal. You are moving it over a little bit. And I have done ones like that before. And in fact, these ones are better because they're more like these ones where the train gets pulled off the line. You can download clips. Brilliant, Brandon. Okay, now I've spent all my profits babbling about depot placement. I did ask at one point, and I can't remember where I asked it, but I said, what is the one tutorial for OpenTTD that you wish I'd done? And I didn't actually get that many replies. So either people just don't reply to me much, or I must have done a relatively comprehensive tutorial where nobody can really want too much more. Which I think is the much more preferred option. But in this particular instance, I'm going to move the diagonal so we can have some proper depots in. I don't know how we're going to come out here. I think we're just going to come straight out. Like this. Straight out and into the intersection. Let's get rid of that bit. There we go. Oh, God, it's getting warm in my office again. 22 degrees again, though. Maybe it's just me feeling warm. Was my rear PC fan going? No. Okay, so the rear fan on my PC isn't going. I missed some signals. Yeah, I haven't done the signals down here yet. It's because I need to move the line around. So we do this bit. And that bit. Up to here. And then we just bring those ones in. And there we go. There we go. Right, okay. I'm happy that we got a depot in up here now. On the previous depot. Which one was the previous to that? Was it this one? That one looks fine. Previous. Which one was the previous one? Was it this one? Yeah. Yeah. I didn't understand which set of depots you meant, but you are right that there are some missing here. It would work without them, but it would be better. Hang on. Trying to spell. Also, I'm touch typing now. I'm forcing myself to touch type. The diagonal can be moved towards the station. I mean, I kind of like it like that. Not sure how else I would do it. But anyway, we've got the depots in. Let's get some trains in. And this is where... Oh, hang on. We need boats as well. And you know what the boats haven't got? The boats haven't got their ship depots. So let's go and get the ship depots in. There we go. And let's do the trains first, because I know I'm going to get confused. So for this one, we'll have a single engine. We'll just do passengers, because that's what we're doing. The entrance of the station. Gingding Hall. Oh, you mean this bit? No, I get what you mean. You mean here? Do you where the track splits? Is that what you mean, Timon? If that's what you mean, then yes, that is possible. Could neaten that up a little bit. All right then, train 328. Oh, we also need to name this loop. And we'll name it after one of the Viewer Plus subscribers. We'll do that later. Oh, it was the one. Okay. So we're going to go to this station. Go to this station. Down the line, go to this station. Then we've got this one that we only visit in one direction. Go to this station. Wait. Right. Then we want to go to this station and transfer. There we go. By the way, I have no idea if this is going to work. After we've transferred, we go to this station, go to that station. You don't actually have to list all your stations. You'll end up with implicit orders if you just put like 3 stations in. And then on the way back, we come to this station, which is where we'll probably just pick up. And then that's it for one direction. And then in the other direction, we're going to clone the vehicle without holding control, so we don't get shared orders. We're going to remove all of these orders. And then we'll say, we'll go to, whoa, steady mouse cursor. Here, go to here, then over to this one, and that's the transfer. Transfer. And leave it. Are we playing with cargo distribution turned on? Settings. Cargo distribution. Distribution for passengers. Manual. We're not. Okay. So all of the passengers that get dropped off here are going to get ferried across and dropped off there. They'll end up in Radding Town. Is there no hotkey for the go-to button? I think there's a button you can press, like hold shift, and then like it will just keep going and going and going. It's an estimated cost. So if you hold control, it does a transfer and it puts in before. Hang on, that might just be me. No, okay, so control is full load any cargo. What if we hold Alt? See, Alt does nothing. There isn't really a hotkey for that. So no, I don't think there is. There might be a setting where you can just leave it to constantly do that. Okay, there we go. G. Go to. Okay, so there is a hotkey for the go-to button, but there's no way to lock the go-to button. Okay, there we go. There we are. There you go. GGG, hit the G key. GGG, GGG, GG. Everybody's saying about my G key. Let's clone this train now. Clone train. And then, how many trains should we go in around the loop? Should we have one train per station? Kind of makes sense to me, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's 13. I don't want 13 trains. And it's going to be double because it's like both directions. So let's just get... I mean, if I do that so it says 11, that's 10. If I do it so it says 16, that's 15 in one direction. And then if we close the windows because I can't see anything. And then we'll do this until it says 30. Now, the question is, did I hold Alt or Control for all those other trains? All the trains in this, have they got shared orders? Oh, they haven't got shared orders. Oh, it's alright. I'll just delete them all. Or most of them. Just get rid of them. I was cloning with Alt instead of cloning with Control. How ridiculous is that? There we are. Let's close the window a little bit down so it's quicker to drag. Oh no! Well, let's get rid of the messed up train. There we go. It doesn't actually matter which train we keep as long as we just keep one train. Right. Let's clone it correctly this time. Holding Control. Bob, 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 bob. There we go. Oh dear. Right, let's I missed a station. What station did I miss? Naddington, the second one. Naddington, the second one. That one? Oh, that's only one direction. So, if we have a look at the orders for this train, we go into Naddington on the way. But then if we have a look at the orders for the other trains, we don't go into Naddington. We go straight from Renwell Woods to New Slanley. It's a one-way station. For some reason. It's because I couldn't figure out... I just wanted to do something different, Egg. I just wanted to have a little play around. I just wanted to have a go. Right, okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to unpause this. And we're just going to, like, follow the first train that comes out. Just to see how it goes. The problem with this railway network is it's going to cost us an absolute fortune. Because... well, for a start, the trains need to spread out. Secondly, a lot of the towns are tiny. Catchment isn't that great. Are those double-ended? No. What? The trains? No, they're just normal trains. Normal trains, Brandon. Oh. I'm glad I got myself some fresh water. That's cool as well, and I need it cool. It's still only 22 degrees in this room. I had my 3D printer on today, and the room got up to 23, and I was like, oh my goodness. I don't think I'm going to be able to 3D print in the summer. I can only 3D print in the winter. It just makes this room even hotter. If you're interested in 3D printing and the stuff that I've been doing, on my second channel, there is a load of stuff about 3D printing. So on my website at the bottom, there's links to both my main channel and my second channel, as well as a load of other places. So there we go. Our train is heading into Nanding Town. We can see that we're actually getting some income from this second train. Wow, there's actually a bit of income here and there. Oh, we haven't done the boats. Pause. Right. So I think we're getting the first passengers being dropped off at the docks. Right then. Let's get some new ships. So I think the only logical ship we can get right now is the passenger ferry. And we need to tell this passenger ferry to full load at the docks where we've got some passengers and come up here and unload at Rounding Town docks. Or I should say transfer. So unload all, transfer. There is, there's a key for doing full load. There is actually an unbound key in the game for doing transfer and leave empty. You can bind it to something if you like. The TIM is a great double-ended train for passengers. It probably is in the future. Probably is in the future. So we got that ship in, and then the opposite way, we get a passenger ferry over here. Okay, chat. How many ferries for each direction do you think we should have? Ooh, should we make them do a loop? We should make the ferries do loops in the loop, shouldn't they? So transfer and leave empty, but then go to Renwald docks and then come back down here and transfer at Bunpool docks. Anybody who knows me well in real life or any other thing will know how Bunpool amuses me. But there we go. Let's do a transfer and leave empty. How many boats are we saying? 2? 2 boats, is that it? I mean, they are 38 grand each, and we've only got 32 million in the bank account. Jelmaz says, maybe get a couple of bus stops in each town to transfer to the train stations, help with the growth, and get some passengers on the trains. I think that's a good idea, especially for the larger towns where there is a potential for more. The trains that drop people off will make it to the other side before the ferry does. Ooh, we've got a race. We're going to have a race. We've got to have a race. We're going to have a race. We've got a second suggestion of 6. I think 2 is a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's not a lot. But if we unpause the game, what we'll do is when the first boat is about to leave here, we will stop this train. So we will pause the train, and as soon as this ship finishes loading and unloading, we'll have a race. I didn't put it on full load by accident, did I? I did. Okay. So now, yeah, it's leaving. Okay. So we're going to unstop this train, and this one is waiting for a free path. That's fine. So we've got a race between the boat, which I will centralize on the screen there. And can we get a viewport? Second viewport. Can we follow a train in a viewport? You can't, can you? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just follow both vehicles. We'll just put the vehicles on the screen. So, ship number... Is it ship number 2? And train, whatever train that is. Let's just do this. Right. Is the boat going to make it across the water first? Or is the train going to make it all the way round? That is what we're going to be saying. My tablet keeps telling me Google has stopped. That's fine, I don't care. Are you using better boats? No, I'm not using better boats. The only mods we've got in this is Furs and the Industry Station Renewal set. We haven't got my kind of basic set of mods I recommend. I can't remember what we called it. Can you enlarge the boat window? Yep, I'm working on it. I was working on it. Party Piggy is here. Party Piggy has been doing some fantastic digging on the server, along with me, DJ Egg, and a couple of other people in our slime farm. We're digging out approximately 5 chunks from the surface down to new bedrock, which is a lot further than it used to be. And we're doing it by hand, legitimately, without using TNT tubing. So there we go. Right, folks, here we go. Well, the race is on. Shout out in chat. Do you think the train will win? Shout out train. Or do you think the boat will win? Shout out boat. Which vehicle is going to make it to their destination first? So the boat has got to get across the water and to the other dock. And the train has got to get all the way around through the stations and back through. What layer are we at? Egg says. We are, I would say, about halfway through the deep slate at the moment. We got down to deep slate quite quickly, but getting any further than that was it's slow going now. Okay, so Brandon is saying train, Ben's saying train, and above the line is saying boat. DJ Egg is saying boat. My money's on the boat actually, but the boat's also got 3 other boats chasing it. And the train's just arrived at Bunpool and it's heading out, but the boat's only gone probably 1/6 of the way across the water so far. So DJ Egg is saying boat, Zioaz says boat as well as Party Piggy. Well, the train has actually got almost round some way through. Yeah, it is the turtle. It is the tortoise and the hare. Batman. Batman wins. Okay, if Batman's winning, who's coming second? See, we've got more people saying train now. Let's get rid of that window. Okay, so I would say the train is not quite halfway round yet. Whereas the boat is definitely in that water. It just changed direction. So... I don't know. I would say the train is about halfway now. But I don't know where the boat is in relation. All I can see is water. This is interesting, this. We've done like a guess how much the train will make. But we haven't done... Oh, I can see land. I think the boat's going to win. So... Brandon said train. Ben said train. Above the line said boat. There's quite a few people saying train, although the train hasn't got much further to go. Oh, it's going to be quite close, but I think the boat's going to get this. I think those people that said boat, brave the boat. It's quite close. The train has got one more station to get to before it gets to this one. It's got to go through, is it Plumwell Ridge? No, Plumwell Ridge should have a one-way station at it or something. Here we go. So the train has to go through Raddingtown, but then it is right next to it. It's pretty close. We're almost getting on top of each other now. There is the transfer. The boat has won. 6, 7. The train's broken down and has letters down. But there we go. The train did... the boat did make it first. But the train got to Raddingtown Woods. So in the time that the boat went across this water, the train went all the way around here and got to just the station before. So there we go. Awesome's here. Good evening. Why are there 2 docks? There are 2 docks so that we can drop passengers off on one and take them in one direction. And we can transfer passengers at the other way. So we are keeping separate clockwise and anti-clockwise. This station here is actually 2 stations. So we got 2 platforms for that one and 2 platforms for that one, even though they're right next to each other. And the only way you can do that is by holding control and choosing build separate station. The game won't let you put a station next to a station unless you're holding control. So there we go. Well, that was a fun little race, and it looks like the trains are steaming around. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it too. I'm glad you mentioned it. It was a good, fun little thing. And now I'm wondering, like, how much they're making. So if we look at all the... Oh, no, you have to leave that window open, apparently. So if you look at all the trains in this list, and we go group by shared orders, you can see that we've got a kind of clockwise and anti-clockwise, 15 going each way. And interestingly, one set of trains is making 20 grand this year, and we're in April. The other set of trains are on a negative, which is really, really strange. Why would... Is there a problem? I wonder if there's a problem. Because what... I think that's clockwise. And it's anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise is making a profit. Oh no, wait, there we go. Something just happened. I don't know what it was. Should even out when the trains space out better. Yeah, it might just be... I can't actually think of a reason. Maybe it's something to do with the boats and the way that the boats transferred recently. So these boats brought some passengers over, and then that meant that the anti-clockwise trains had more passengers for this leg of their journey. I don't know. We do also need to wait for these boats to spread out. But if we can have a look at the boats and just see that, yes, they are terrible. We definitely want them to spread out. It will take a while, though. And I think the only way that they'll really spread out is through breakdowns, which is a shame. I suppose really we could timetable the boats. But... why spend time timetabling the boats out when they're just going to spread out naturally soon anyway? Eh? Right then, folks. Can anybody in chat think about a way that we could expand or improve this? I've got a couple of little things in mind, actually. I don't like how there's a big hole here in the trees from where we did our other line. So we'll just put a little bit of tree in there. Theoretically, you don't even need signals, says Brandon. What? Automatic timetables should be in vanilla OpenTTD. I mean, they are. Unless I'm misunderstanding you, Egg. Timetables are in OpenTTD and they are automatic. You just have to press the right buttons. Or do you mean like you click one button to say, spread these vehicles out on this route and then just do everything for me, thank you? I don't know. You would need signals at stations, and it depends how many trains you have. Like, if you have less than one train per station, then you'd be alright. But if you had more trains than that, you'd probably need some signals part way. I mean, yeah, that is actually a really good point, Brandon. So one good way to spread vehicles out is just to have a section with no signals. So where's the longest stretch we've got? I mean, probably one way of doing it would be just to say, look, from here until the station, just have no signals. Like that. And then just put one right before the station. Same over here. Just like signals, remove. Take them out there. Hope those trains don't crash. And then this natural gap of signallessness will spread the trains out. You keep trying to zoom in the map. What? There's a spread button in one of the patches. Okay, well, you can do that. You can do that in the vanilla game. It's just a few more clicks. That's all. A boy in the middle might make the boats more effective. I can't see any reason why it would. The boat's pathfinding is fine. So unless you know something specific about the pathfinding with that boy, then I don't know why you would put one in. I mean, we can do it for giggles. We could just put one in there. We end up with a whopping great big label in the middle of the lake. I don't like that. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, boy. If I remember correctly, before I recorded the tutorial for the ships, I actually looked up videos about how to pronounce boy, and there are so many different ways from so many different places around the world. I decided just to ignore all of them and just say it the way I've always said it all my life. But I actually looked that up to try and get it right for a tutorial. It's like the effort that I put in sometimes. It's astonishing. It's astonishing. Right, so there's an extra... Oh, there's a new aircraft. Oh, it's a helicopter. I'm not interested in a helicopter. We could add maybe a couple of extra towns in, but there are many ways. That is true. Daniel says, thanks for making me love this game. Surely this game is good enough for you to love it without me. Maybe you should have said, thank you for making it easy for me to love this game. I don't know. But I appreciate the sentiments, Daniel. Thank you. I mean, that is, as far as I can see, this done. We set ourselves up really nice this time. And once I'd remembered to add depots, we were pretty much sorted. I wonder how many people are actually waiting here. 44 passengers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but the reason... yeah, but you are the reason I knew how to play and love it in the first place. Fair enough. Fair enough, thank you. Right, well, that's the job done. Well, that's what I wanted to get done at the beginning of today's live stream. That's sorted. Should we finish there? Yeah, let's end the live stream there. No, we're not going to end the live stream there. We're not going to end the live stream there. I'm just trying to muster all the energy I can not to eat chocolate. Because there is way too much chocolate in this room right now. I think there's even some up in one of my baskets. Yeah, there is. Like I've got some little chocolate balls. They're called Poppets. They're one of my favourites. I've got some left of them. I mean, to be fair, it's not all chocolate in my basket. It's in my basket of dreams. This is my snack basket. Many of you have seen me pull snacks out before. I've got nuts as well. I've got nuts as well as other things. Actually, I'm running low on supplies, so I need to fill up my snack basket. Because if I put enough nice, healthy snacks in my snack basket, it might stop me eating all this chocolate. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We don't want that. We want some OpenTTD. You like yogurt covered raisins? I do too. Have you tried the Scottish map? No, I haven't tried the dedicated Scottish map, but we've got a UK map that we play that's got Scotland in it. I would expect it to be quite challenging to do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to pick up some of these supplies that are being created at the assembly plant and use them somewhere. Now, where we're going to use them, I have no idea. And I feel like we should have one massive station, but then use... Should we have one massive station? No, we're not going to have one massive station. We need to pick up engineering supplies and farm supplies. Do we even need farm supplies? Do we have any farms? Because we're doing limestone, which uses engineering supplies. We're doing wharfs, I think. Hang on a minute. Are we doing a wharf? Yeah, we're using wharfs. We are... That's another limestone mine. What else have we got? We've got iron ore mines, which is engineering supplies. We've got iron ore mine, engineering supplies. We've got coal mines, engineering supplies. It's all engineering supplies. So maybe we don't do anything with the farm supplies yet. And we'll deal with that when we need it. So let's just do the engineering supplies and hope everything's going to be fine. So let's do a process products. No, wait. Let's do goods station low for the engineering supplies. We'll do it in platform length 4 trains. Yes. We'll go absolutely crazy and use a different platform length for the entire rest of the network. We'll build a brand new separate station here. And I'm going to try and do it so we can deal with a relatively good amount of throughput, he says. That's another problem here is that we haven't got room for the depots. I suppose I could turn the corner and that would then allow me room for the depots. Yeah, let's do that. So depot, 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 depot. We'll remove the forbidden piece of track and let them be optional. And then I think what we'll do is we obviously need a piece of track on the end of the platform to allow us to put our signals on. Because if we don't do that, the game will consider the entire station one block. And then if we merge these together and then leave these separate, we've actually got 2 completely separate railway lines there. Mishaps are the best. So I'm not sure mishaps are the best. They were certainly a nice gift. They were actually a gift from my wife when her and my daughter went to a chocolate factory recently. Oh, I got an email. I get emails quite often, but this one says Humble Bundle. I'll check it out later. And then I guess like one of these probably ought to go down so that we can bring this one across and they can be together. And then there we go. Yeah, it's okay, isn't it? And then I don't know how we're going to connect these up. But we've got 61 million? Wow. Nice. So we've basically got now 2 places where we can... Well, I did not mean to do that. 2 places now where we can come in and get engineering supplies, and it's not too much of a mess, is it? It's fine. Signal right before the depots, signal right before the platform split, signals after the platforms, and then wherever we need them. There we go. May as well do it from here. There we go. Jobs are good. And I'm not really sure where we're going to make them go. I mean, where do we need production to really ramp up? Do we take it over to Carrillo's Coke? Do we take it over to ALM's Blast? I don't think we actually need engineering supplies at Blast itself, but there's some places around the Blast. Maybe we should look in the network for like the low production points and work on improving that. I like that idea. But before we do that, there's something we forgot to do with our little passenger loop here, and that's name it. We need to name it after one of the Viewer Plus subscribers. So Viewer Plus is a way of supporting me, the channel, all the content I produce, and it's just like a membership on YouTube, a sub on Twitch. It's like supporting on Patreon, except it's straight through me. There's no middleman. Your payments are handled securely by PayPal, and you can support the channel from as little as the equivalent of £3.15 a month, and there's some fantastic benefits. Now, I'm going to press the button, and when I press the button, the person that it says thank you to on the screen will be the person that we name this loop after. So I've got my sign on the screen, as you can see here. This is my chat. There we are. My chat up here. This is my stream preview with my bitrate and my resolution and everything, and my controls. And yep, here's the button that is going to say who we're going to name it after. So thank you to all the Viewer Plus subscribers, because without you, I wouldn't be able to produce as much content as I do, and I wouldn't be able to produce the quality of the content that I do. So thank you very much. And the person we're naming it after is... It says ALM, but we've already got ALM. That's a bit anticlimactic, isn't it? But don't worry, that thank you message rotates round in a few seconds' time. It will give us somebody else. So let's find out. Mr. Beantown. I don't think we've got Beantown. I don't think we've got Beantown in the game already. Let's just have a quick look around. So thank you very much to ALM, obviously. Where's ALM's blasting? Look, there's ALM's blast. We've got Zio's whatever area this is. This is a terminal. This is Zio's terminal. Over here we've got Jimster Gaming's tire production facility area thing, and I don't know if we've named any other bits yet. Oh, of course, the original Krillo's Coke. But yes, now we have Beantown's loops. Beantown's loops. It looks like the passenger ships have not spread out very well at all. I think the trains probably are spreading out quite nicely. We've got this section here. I think maybe I've been a little bit overzealous with the signals. There we go. So we let them come down a little bit more. Pop a signal in there. And yeah, well, I don't like the road going across the railway, but we haven't got any road vehicles, so never mind. So there we go. Beantown's Loops is now what that area is called. Is there anything else that we need to name? So that's one of the benefits of being a Viewer Plus subscriber. Now, the benefits on screen here are not up to date, so there are more benefits than this. I'm going to update this screen here, but if you want to know more about Viewer Plus, support the channel from as little as £3.15 a month. Then you can go to masterhellish.net and check out Viewer Plus. There are other ways to support as well. You don't have to use money. You can spread the word. You can repost my video, not repost my videos, but like post links to my videos on forums and things. Brandon says, if level crossings worked, then it wouldn't be too bad. They do work. It's people do it wrong. As a general rule, I'll show you. So here, you can see this level crossing is already going. And that is because the signal for the train coming before it. If I put a signal in here, the level crossing stops. If I remove that signal, the level crossing starts. And it's because people place signals too close to their level crossings. That's why. So let's remove that signal. And that train's actually waiting for a free path because we've got path signals and stuff on. But these level crossings will nearly always be going. They somewhat work. It's to do with the signals. And this is something that I didn't used to know a few years ago, that it is to do with the signals like that. So you can see that this level crossing is already reserved. It only really goes wrong. Yeah, but cars might be waiting forever. This is why you've got to space your signals out in the right manner around your level crossings. It's part of the game. The only time it wouldn't really work is if you get a queue of traffic that then goes across the level crossing. That's when it all goes terribly wrong. And of course you can avoid it just by not using them and by having bridges and stuff. So there we go, there's Beantown's loops. We can head back over here and start working out how we're going to shift all of these engineering supplies and farm supplies. Oh no, these are just engineering supplies. Bridges look far nicer, Brandon says. I'm not sure they do. I kind of like the level crossings. So which one of the two are we producing the least of? That's what we'll work out. So both engine parts and tyres are supplied. So if we go over to this place, this is the engine plant. And if we go up to this place, this is the tyre plant. Okay. And if we have a look at this, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right, so I don't know how this has happened, but we spent ages getting this tyre facility up and running, and we're producing 275 tons of tyres, and 84% has been transported. That's all good. But these engines, we're producing 568 a month, and hardly transporting any. So the tyre production is what's going to need help. But first, we need to nip back over here and sort out the fact that we're missing. We need more trains. Look, here's one. We'll clone that train, and then we'll throw a load more on the line. We need to get that production up. 38% is completely and utterly terrible. Also, we'll build a statue of the company owner in the local town. That should increase our ratings. So our ratings are currently 52%. That should jump to about 62% now. As you can see, it's climbing 54 already. So building a statue of company owner gives you a flat 10% bonus to your rating permanently. And your rating directly dictates how much stock you get from the industry. So it's important. Your station rating is important. So there we go. You can see that the station rating has shot up. It will also keep going up because now we've got more trains in there. So we're going to have less waiting cargo set around. But our tyre production is what we want to increase. Now we've got what we've got coming in. We've got rods coming in, rubber coming in, and other materials from here coming in from... Oh, Jay's Carbon. I completely forgot about Jay's Carbon. I'm sorry, Jay. But the Krillo's Coke is what's producing a lot of this stuff down here. And that is all very high amounts. So that's all fine. So where are we struggling with the inputs? I would say... I mean, they're all being supplied, but we need more. So it's not the carbon black that's the problem. It's not... It's the rods or the rubber. So how much rubber is being produced? So there is the... Is that rubber? Nope, that's not the rubber. Where's the rubber coming from? Oh, is it coming from the over here? No, that's... Oh, manganese and rubber. Yeah, there we go. So where are we producing? We're producing the rubber at the bulk terminal. So we need to produce the rubber and then the rods at the other bit. So are the rods coming from this section mill? They are. Okay, so how much rubber are we producing? We're producing 324 litres of rubber. How many rods are we producing? 174. It's the rods we need to improve. Okay, so we need to get more rodding. To do that, we probably need engineering supplies over here at these various soda ash and potash mines. We have only got 3 connected, I think, at the moment. But let's get the engineering supplies over there. So the good news is that we've got some engineering supplies over here. And we know where that we need them to go. The bad news is it's miles away. And I mean absolutely miles away. I'm almost considering using aircraft. Can we use aircraft? Available aircraft. So is there one of these that will do like all of them? I don't think there is. Can we do engineering supplies? Oh, we can do engineering supplies with aircraft. I think this is actually a really good candidate. Above the line says the internet cut out for a minute or two. You didn't miss much. We was just trying to work out where we was going to send the engineering supplies, and I think we figured it out. I think it's got to go a long way, and I think we're going to be replacing this with an airport. And actually, a nice steady supply of engineering supplies from an airport is probably quite good, rather than having one massive delivery with a train. Yeah, you don't need the throughput, Brandon. That's right. Okay, so this station here that we built, trash. We don't need that. We need an airport. What's the biggest airport we can have? We can't have hub airports, but we can have a city airport. Is that seriously the best we can do right now? Never mind. There's the airport. Right, now the only downside now is that the early aircraft that we've got, this is going to be a long distance for them to go, and I think we're going to need at least one stopping point part way. Now, I'm going to leave it up to the chat. Do I bring in the engineering supplies to a centralised airport and we use either small trains or road vehicles to deliver it to the various different potash and soda ash mines? Or do we put an airport at each mine? Okay, so an airport at each mine or a centralised one. I think I know which one I would want to do. When we have ES trains, I just make length 2.5, including engine. That gives them 100 crates good for gun ho. Yeah. Brandon says an airport for each mine would work better for the low throughput. I mean, you could have road vehicles delivering it. That would be a viable option. You could have a central airport there, and then like the last bit of the journey is just done by road vehicles to distribute it to the various different ones. And what you'd have is you'd have just one pickup point with a one-way road, so that all the road vehicles have to queue up and take it in turns to take what they need. So it's an option. In either case, I think we're going to need a stopping airport partway. Because if an aircraft is going that length of a journey, I think it's going to break down. And I think what we should do is use the fact that we've got some landmass here, over like in this section of the water. Let's just have a look on the main map. Turn off the town names. There we go. So can we get it all in one bit? We can. It's a bit of a weird map. The key is huge. But can I zoom in and see the top? Yeah, sort of. We're basically going from the bottom of the world map to the top of the world map over there. But let's bring in good old drawy snipping tool. There we go. And we'll switch over to that now. There we go. So this is roughly where we want the items to be taken to, and this is where they're coming from. I was thinking originally of putting like an airport here, or maybe one here, but because like thinking about this sort of route. But at the moment, I've got a kind of a new idea, because this bit here just kind of sticks out in the water and is pretty much straight on the way. So I think we'll have one stopping point here. But the problem is, with that stopping point part way there, here. I mean, it does look quite even between here and here. But are those two lengths too long for an aircraft to travel before it'll break down too much? I don't think it is. I think that's a reasonable distance for an aircraft. I don't know how fast they're going, and I don't know how far that distance is. You can see where our loop is down here relative to the rest of the network. By the way, this part here, this is where the cars are being produced. Pretty much all of this is tire production network, and pretty much all of this is vehicle parts production. So, yeah. Anyway, there's enough of messing around with the Drury tool. I do like that. Just mentioned a short train because some people might send huge ones and it's just overkill. It is just overkill. You don't want long trains for delivering engineering supplies. Andreas says Central Airport. Chat seems a bit split. So I'm going to put my deciding vote in and say Central Airport. And I'm going to put it in here. Plop. And I'm also going to put the airport in on this peninsula here. For stopping partway. Okay. So then we need to do like the road infrastructure. What is that? A scrapyard. Okay. We need to do the road infrastructure around that. So I think like drop-off platforms of, or I should say, drop-off road pieces. I mean, that's not going to work because it's a passenger one. I don't know what I was thinking. There we go. I'm going to connect... I'm going to spread station this one just to make it neater. There we go. And then we've got this one down here, which will do something like this. Just cut into that hillside ever so slightly to pop. Oh, no, we need to cut into it one more notch. There we go. And then we'll use my custom shortcut key to put the road in. I've got Shift A assigned to the road auto tool. I don't think there's actually a road auto tool key by default. But consider A is the rail auto tool. I thought it might be nice that Shift A is the road auto tool. So I actually changed that in the hotkeys file. Right, we've already cut this river off, so we may as well do that. And then... here we go. Lovely. What we'll do is we'll have a road come in alongside the airport like that. I like that idea. And we'll go in one way and out the other. And we'll just have a one single stopping bay for picking up the supplies. Actually, if we're going to do that, we should probably move it a little bit further down the road. Because they're going to queue up a bit. They're going to queue up a bit. And then we just need to connect this one up. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this, but I figure we'll just bridge it. Yeah, that'll do. Road construction is so much easier than... Oh, he says it's easy and then he makes a mistake. Road construction is generally easier. You see what I did there? Than trains or railways. I think in terms of how easy building like the various different parts of the network are for the different transport types, I think airports are the easiest, then ships, then roads, then railway. DJ says have more truck stops in a row, then they can all load at the same time. I don't actually want that in this scenario. In this particular situation, I want the trucks to queue up, and I want them to go in there one by one because I want to drip feed them in order. I don't want a load to all cram in and take all of the supplies at the same time. So, let's get that started. We'll get a new aircraft, and we'll use the relatively new feature of using the cargo types drop down, and we'll go down to engineering supplies. Now, all of these aircraft can have engineering supplies. We're not going to have a helicopter. I think what we'll do is we'll use a mixture of reliability and capacity and speed to decide which vehicle we're going to take. Buster says, just came from your tutorials. Thank you so much for your help. You're welcome. I hope they were helpful. I've still got plans to improve them. There's more to come, believe it or not, like nearly 9 years later. But I'm glad you found them helpful. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's been nearly 9 years that I've been doing YouTube for. Really good one. Hi, long time hello from Chile. Oh no, somebody's mentioned the country they're from. Now we're going to have a roll call. Okay, everybody, let me know. Whereabouts in the world are you from? Say hi. What's the weather like where you are now? Let's go with that as well. So let's have a quick look at the reliabilities. So the Coleman, it's 90, 84, and then we've got 91 and 94 for the Bakewell Lookit. So the PP Dart is definitely down at the bottom of the list when it comes to reliability. However, let's have a look at capacity. So the Coleman is 18 crates, 25 for the PP, 9 for the Bakewell Cotswold, and 58 for the Bakewell Lookit. Right. So the Bakewell Lookit at the minute has one of the best reliabilities and the best capacity for engineering supplies. What about speed? Where's the aircraft speed? Why can't I see? Oh, speed. It's off the edge there. Okay, so the Bakewell Lookit is nearly 1,000 kilometers an hour. And the FFPP Dart is about the same. The Cotswold's slower, and so is the Coleman. So, purely based on speed, the Bakewell Lookit and FFPP Dart are better. Based on capacity, the Bakewell Lookit wins. And based on reliability, the Bakewell Lookit wins as well. It's smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Build and refit. There we go. Brandon says, from UK in the Netherlands, very windy. DJ Egg Netherlands says, windy. Santiago, summer, hot. Okay. A windy Germany. Toronto, Canada, 6 degrees and sunny. Toronto, fantastic city. Planning to go back one day. Had my honeymoon there. Great fun. Definitely going to go again. Above the line says UK. Can't tell. Just locked in a room. Just not looking outside. In a bunker somewhere. Tropical northeast of England. Tropical? Maybe it feels like that these days. Brazil, hot and dry. You can't tell what the weather is, but you know it isn't windy and raining. Okay. Apparently there's a lot of rain in Brittany. Okay, so we've got our Bakewell Lookit. We're going to tell it to full load. and we're gonna get it to come along here. We're not gonna click the airport. We're gonna click the hangar, and at the hangar we'll say service. Then on the orders we will say go to this airport, where we will then do a transfer, and after that airport we will then come back, go back to this hangar and do a service again. If this hangar gets too busy with servicing, we can actually add a second airport next to this one and get them to service one airport on the way there and the other airport on the way back. I hiccuped. Near Toronto, 5.5 degrees. So you're only 1 degree away from the person who's in Toronto. Seems like there's a lot of people from Toronto. And we're going to clone that aircraft so there is 5 of them. Yeah, whatever. Set them on their way. And now we need to do the road vehicles for that as well. So, road vehicles. Let's choose which road vehicle we're going to do. So we're going to have to shift engineering supplies again. There we go. There's only one truck we can choose from, so I guess we'll choose that. Click the buy and refit button, and we'll tell it where we're going to go. We're going to get it to full load over here, come down, drop our goods off, come back, full load, come over here, drop off our goods, come back full load, and then drop off our goods. I'm not actually going to set up 3 different routes for this. I'm just going to let one vehicle go around and do it all. And if we have enough vehicles going around on the loop and spacing them out enough, we should be good. So then if we clone that, so we've got 10 of them to start, hopefully that'll be all right. So I think 10 might just fill up this road without blocking it too much, maybe. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So we've got a row of trucks next to our airport waiting. And have we got our first aircraft going yet? Is that our first aircraft of the batch? I think it is. It is aircraft number 3. Okay. Right then, folks. Let's play the guessing game, shall we? How much do you think this aircraft is going to make in transfers? And for some reason, I seem to have stopped it. So the aircraft is going to take away from Gimway Airport. It's going to service partway over here, and then it's going to land and transfer over here. It's full of engineering supplies. How much do you think it's going to make? And I can't click on it. It's going quite quick. There we go. So I'm going to try and estimate this. And engineering supplies. Let's give ourselves... How many engineering supplies is it carrying? It's carrying 58 crates of engineering supplies. And if we look at the cargo payment rates and disable all but turn on passengers, mail and engineering supplies, you can see engineering supplies actually pays out better than mail. Okay, so I'm going to say transfer of 58,000. That's what I'm going to say. I did show the graph for the engineering supplies. It's almost identical to mail, but just tiny weeny bit more. So we've got a guess of 12,000 coming in. Hopefully it doesn't break down, but we'll see. What did I say? 28,000. Transfer of 10, says Brandon. Even more pessimistic. DGA's gone for 30. So we've got DGA going with 30. I've gone with 28. 23. Yeah, people are predicting quite low. I'd laugh if this one came in and it was like 250,000 or something like that. But it's only 58 crates. It's not going to be a massive amount, is it? Even though it's going over a long journey, it's going over a long distance, it's going quite direct. So the route that the plane takes is the shortest path. We're doing a small diversion because we're going to be stopping and servicing at that. Hang on, where's this plane going? It's going straight there. I don't know why, but somehow I managed to skip its order. So I don't know if it's going to make it. Oh no. Oh no, I don't know if this plane's going to make it or not. Trace says 12k, but the plan upkeep gets into the negative. So we're just talking about the transfer here. We're not talking about like how much profit overall it's made and all that sort of thing. We're talking about. We're not talking like. Is it net profit, gross profit? I get confused between the two sometimes, to be honest. We're talking about the sheer income from the transfer. Oh, there we go, and it's broken down. Maybe we should take the second plane. Which, I mean, I have no idea where the second plane is. Is it even taken off yet? I don't think... Oh, no, wait. Is that it there? No, it's not. Where's the second one gone? Plane number 6. Okay, so plane number 6 is on its way. So what we'll do, we will watch this one come in, but we're not going to use the first plane as an example because it didn't service and it broke down on the way. Okay, so this is how fast aircraft 3 is going. This is how fast aircraft 6 is going. And it looks like aircraft 6 is also skipping the service. I've just told it not to skip the service. What is going on here? Why are all these aircraft skipping the service? See, that one's not. But as long as... Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic. Just follow any plane. I'm following all the planes. Oh my goodness. So aircraft 3 is nearly there, but it didn't service and it broke down. Aircraft 6 just arrived at its service point. So that's probably not going to break down. The encouraging thing was that aircraft 3 did break down, but not until way after the correct point. So aircraft 6 took a little bit of a detour. And it's actually aircraft 7 that's probably going to make the first proper journey. So we're going to get controversial opinions here about which aircraft we're going to take the figure from. But my figure is going to be from aircraft 7, the first aircraft to correctly do the actual journey. Aircraft 3 and 6, I don't know why, didn't do the correct journey. But aircraft 3's landing now, so we'll be able to have a look and find out. 27,654. 28 grand. I win. We're not saying aircraft 7 anymore. Tex Monkey says, I've been watching your live streams for an hour and 30 minutes without talking. Just know I'm here watching. Love ya. Well, thank you very much. And that's what we call a lurker. Somebody who doesn't talk. They just sit and watch and enjoy. And lurkers are welcome. I do enjoy the chats, and that's one of the reasons why I do live streams and not just videos all the time. Because if I didn't want to interact with you guys as I'm playing, I would just do videos all the time. Nothing wrong with lurking. Let the lurkers lurk and let the chatters chat, and sometimes there's the peep and all the people between. Okay, so aircraft 6 is the first aircraft that didn't break down on its way, but also didn't directly go to where it should have gone. I said 58, but legit, no, it's carrying 58 units of cargo. My guess was 28. So this one's probably going to be more. Okay, it was slightly less. Oh, because it had to... What? Why was that less? You guys see that? I'm pretty sure I said 58 units of cargo and I expected 28 grand. I was right there with 28 grand on the first one, but the other one was slightly less. Well, Aircraft 7 was the first aircraft to properly do the journey. The only thing I can think of... See, that is 31. Rounded up is 32 on that. So 32 I think is what it should be. The only thing I can think of is that the diversion for the second aircraft that came, because it went too far one way, like it went out one way and then I told it to turn around and go the other way and then do the service and then go to its destination. Because it did all that messing around, it ended up actually being slightly slower than the aircraft that broke down. So the actual real answer was whatever that one just was, which I forgot already. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember how much. We've got another one just about to land, so that maybe that can confirm. This is aircraft 8. So aircraft 7 was the first correct one. Aircraft 8 is the second correct one, and our survey says 31.7. So 32,000. 32,000 there. So Bob S, I think you've got that one. I think you're the only person that said 32,000. 32,000 is the actual correct answer after all the messing around. Okay, so we've got a few things we need to sort out now. Namely, the fact that we've got engineering supplies building up here. Our ratings aren't very good at all. Even though it says good, 50 isn't good. 50 is not good. 50 bad. Because now it's gone down to 49 and now it's a medium. So what we need to do is clone any of the existing aircraft. Holding control. I think we need to have like at least 3,500 more aircraft. So we'll get them on their way. Now the aircraft aren't going to make income on the way back. 30 grand though, that's not too bad actually. We should probably work out how much it costs them to get there. I don't know. But the road vehicles are all doing their loops now. So we've got some road vehicles that are coming over and dropping off at this soda ash mine. And soon they'll be going back and picking up to drop off at this potash mine. And I think we've still got some vehicles that are yet to do their first run. So I think we've pretty much got the vehicles on the nose. Whoops, steady map. We've got an aircraft that's about to come back. Is that the first one? It is actually. It's aircraft number 3. So bearing in mind it says -6 profit last year and about 20 profit this year, and it's going into the depot there, I think that's quite good. I think overall, you know, these aircraft, they're going to turn a profit, which is not the important part. The important part is that we want to make our production gung-ho. And I think in this particular instance, this aircraft setup is really good. I think this is the first time I've used aircraft in a long, long time, and I feel like the airport can cope with it. The rate that the aircraft are flying at and the distance that they're flying at makes this particular choice appropriate for use of airports. Hang on a minute, where are you going? Skipped it again. Oh, hang on a minute. Why is that aircraft not working? Coal planes are nice. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine coal planes working well. You see tracks running through the water. Tracks through the water. It's fine. There's no boats. It's fine. You have to set it to maintain if needed, not to maintain every time. Do I? Service if needed. It is. Always go to? Do I have to set it to always go to make it go there and service? Because it looks like it's set to service if needed. I'm going to set it so that it's not service if needed. I'm going to set it so that it is always go to. And then we'll see what happens with that. So there we go. So this aircraft is now heading towards the airport, and we're going to check to see if it does service. So at the moment, where is the days since last service or anything like that? There's breakdown since last service, and there's the reliability. So the reliability will shoot back up if it services. And it actually says service at. I think it's a little bit misleading. Like, if you select this and you choose service, it means service if needed. And if it doesn't say service, it means always go in service. So its reliability is 81%. I think that's misleading. I think that should be changed. Yeah, look, reliability 94%. There you go. That was the mistake there. To actually have them set as service if needed. And if you do service if needed, it just says service. Where we want always go to, we want to force them to service.